So welcome to today's Greater Life CoffeeCast, and as we begin a new week and a fresh set of explorations of the four pillars, we also begin a new theme for the week. And where last week's theme was make the investment, this week's theme overall is gratitude. And today on the CoffeeCast, the case I want to make is that gratitude is our canary in the coal mine for our self-love, for our mental health, for our capacity, in fact, to see a future that is as bright as we would hope. And in the following, let me expand on that, what I mean. Well, if gratitude is the canary in the coal mine, what do we mean by that? Well, of course, the canaries in the coal mine were those that would warn us. They would forewarn us when down in the mines the conditions were no longer going to be habitable for human work, right? That I think it was the carbon monoxide levels were too high, and therefore if the canary carcassed it, what it meant was that the humans probably wouldn't have too much longer. And in this context, particularly around health, and here more than ever in terms of our mental health, if we can notice a diminishing in our capacity for gratitude, that is, the canary in the coal mine of our souls has begun to struggle, then we know that we need to take some steps to address things. Okay? And one of the big challenges to this is the idea that, and it's, I don't know the full roots of kind of the extent of the kind of Judeo-Christian influence on this, but it certainly does go deep, is this idea that we are sinners, right? And that, the flesh is weak, and that just by the very fact of our existence, thanks to Eve, we're all condemned sinners, right? And so what that means is that there is this hangover, this assumption that we're basically just not very good. And therefore, we're not worthy. And if we're not worthy, that means we don't deserve things. And if we don't deserve things, then there's nothing to be grateful for. And so you can see that this is a pretty messy, tangled web, whereby for many of us, and I know I speak for myself, that was my experience, is that I feel like I have to have done something or earned something in order to be able to feel grateful. And my dearest hope is that from this CoffeeCast, we lay that to rest. That actually we recognise from this moment on, if that is a thought pattern or a perspective that you have held, that there is nothing you need to do to feel grateful. There is nothing you need to have won or accomplished in order to receive the profound benefits of allowing yourself to be grateful and indeed to celebrate yourself. And that's what I would invite you to consider. An alternative perspective to this, I'm an unworthy sinner, is that you get to celebrate just for being. And that gratitude is how you express that celebration. That being grateful for the fact that you have a kettle, being grateful for the fact that you can then take a sip of tea or coffee and savour the flavours and enjoy the experience of a little kick of caffeine as it wakes you up. These are all experiences that you do not need to have earned. They are experiences to be cherished, to be celebrated, to be grateful for. And so as you take stock of how you view the world and how you view life, where are you at right now with that capacity to be grateful simply for the sake of gratitude itself? To be grateful simply for the fact that you get to share in this wondrous mystery called life. And if that's something that perhaps doesn't come easy, then what is one thing today you can be grateful for, that you can celebrate, and perhaps take the first step